In this video, I'm going to tell you how you can bring artists into your world and potentially increase your beat sales. Let's go. What's up, people? This is Clint with Airbit.com, and today I'm going to talk to you about one of my favorite marketing strategies to help pull people into your world. And I say pull because the strategy is actually called pull marketing strategy. So what is the pull marketing strategy? Let's talk about it. So what pull marketing is pretty much creating demand for your products or services by creating content around those products or services, or the problem that those products and services solve. So you can create content on your social media platforms, educating people on the solutions that your products or services provides, or something that, that's related to your product or services that may help your target audience solve a problem that they're trying to solve. And because you're giving them that value and helping them solve problems and giving them information and educating them, they're going to be more likely to trust you when it comes to making a decision and purchasing something from you. So the best way to implement the pull marketing strategy is by creating content that does this. So I'm going to give you some examples of content that will help you achieve this. So if our target market is artists, right? Because we want artists to eventually buy our beats, we want to target artists. So we're going to create content that we know will help artists, because we know what their pain points are by doing our research on artists and surveys and hanging out where artists hang out on forums and social media platforms, just to see what their daily struggles are. So here are some ideas that you can implement in content that you create to help pull artists into your world, onto your Instagram page, onto your YouTube channel, to give them some value. You can give them tips on how to prepare for studio sessions, what to do before, what to do during, what to do after, the questions to ask engineers. It could be mic vocal recording techniques to help them get, crystal clear vocals when they're recording their music. You may want to share tips on vocal warm-up / recording techniques. One major pain point that I know a lot of artists have is learning how to market their music. They may not know how to get their music out there in front of new people on a daily basis. So you may have some helpful tips that can help them get their music in front of their potential fans, whether it be, tips and tricks on how to get more streams, or how to get on Spotify playlist, or how to book more live shows and gigs in their city or in other cities. You could also give them music business tips. I know a lot of people struggle with understanding publishing and just different business aspects of what they do in order to get paid and in order to make sure their legal things are in order when it comes to their music. So you may be that person to provide some great music business perspective that can really help them take their careers to the next level. Now, this strategy is most effective when you understand your target market. And in our sense, we're talking about artists, but what kind of artists? Do you work with hip hop artists, R&B artists, pop artists, country artists? Like, what kind of artists are you trying to target so that you can create customized content that's going to resonate with them? That's going to increase the impact and the effectiveness of what you're putting out there, and draw the right types of people in to your world so that it makes sense when it comes time for them to do a transaction with you, or when it comes time to creating music for that target audience and creating content for that target audience. So once you've figured out who your target audience is, or who your target customer is, now you want to create content that's going to educate them, entertain them, or inspire them. Or it can be a combination of both at the same time, however you create your content. But those are kind of the three areas I like to touch on when I'm creating content to pull people into my world. Now, if you want a tip on how to figure out what kind of artists are rocking with you, you may already have an email list of artists who have purchased your beats and things like that. You can go to Google Forms and create a free survey to send out to your email list, just to get an idea of some of the struggles that they have, to get an idea of, some things that they're interested in, so you can understand them better. So just go to google.com, click on forms. You can create a form and then create your custom survey, and then email that out. And then you'll get those responses, and you'll be able to gauge exactly what they need to help them, and you'll know exactly what kind of content to create to help them and now push out. And what you'll find is, as you start putting this content out based on the results from people who have already purchased from you in the past, now you'll be drawing in people who are similar to them, because you're putting out that content that's gonna help them, so it's gonna help other people just like them as well. So what platforms can you use this pull marketing strategy on? So you can use this on Instagram. So you can do a reel. Instagram reels are super cool because you can educate people in a nice, fun, interactive way. It can be quick, doesn't have to be super long. It's just quick, straight to the point. Reels are really good. And since it's one of like Instagram's newer features at the time of me recording this video, they favor reels. So usually social media networks favor whatever their most recent feature is. So, you know, for example, YouTube has YouTube Shorts. So that's a great way to gain extra exposure as well. So you can use Reel, do a quick video, educational video. It may be a funny video, something that artists may relate to, or something that whoever your target audience may relate to. You can throw that in a Reel. You can also create a video. The video can be short or it could be a long form video as well. You could also do just a regular post, just one picture or a post, and then the education could be in the caption. It may not necessarily be in the picture, but you can have an inspiring picture and then in your caption, you know, go through top 3 tips for recording artists or something like that, and then educate them in the post. And the longer they stay on that post and they're reading that caption and they're engaging, Instagram likes that as well because it shows that people are interested, they're hanging out, and they're sticking around on your post. Another feature I like on Instagram is carousels, because now you can break down a concept or something or some tips in multiple photos in a carousel where they can just keep swiping for up to 10 slides. And that's really cool for those educational posts where you wanna, you know, really break down something for your target audience. YouTube is another great place to implement this strategy because you go to YouTube usually to figure something out, right? So YouTube, you can do a tutorial. You can also do tip videos, long form tip videos on YouTube. You can do interviews, live Q&As, you can do live streams. We already talked about shorts, so you can use YouTube shorts just like you would use Instagram Reels. All these things on YouTube can be used to increase your exposure and to increase the value you're giving to your target audience. And then on YouTube, just make sure, you know, you're tagging and using those SEO tags and your descriptions and your titles. Make sure those are optimized so that, again, your target audience can actually find those videos. If you don't use those keywords, it's going to be harder for people to find it because they're searching certain things, and it's going to be, your videos just going to get lost in the sauce. Okay, so we talked about some dope ways to implement this pull marketing strategy, but now I know some of you are introverts, which I'm an introvert as well. I don't know, something about creative people being introverts. It's a common thing, don't feel bad, but you may not want to jump on camera. You may not want to show your face. You may not want to talk to this lens, which sometimes it's just, you know, it's a lens. You're talking to a lens, but you're really talking to human people like I'm talking to you, but except I have to talk to the lens before I can actually talk to you. You just gotta go through it. But if you don't want to, that's fine. There's other ways you can implement this strategy without showing your face and being on camera. You can use email. Email is really great for sharing helpful information and articles that can give your target audience of artists information and value that can help them. Email is dope as well because you can also link to your other helpful content. There's been emails I've sent out where I'm linking to an Instagram page or a YouTube page or a blog that I posted on a website. So email is another great way where you don't have to show your face, you don't have to get on camera, but you can still give value in a way that can build a relationship so people can learn to know, like, and trust you. You can also start a podcast. If you don't have a podcast is just you talking. You don't even have to show your face. It's just your voice. So podcast is a really, really dope way, and I'd encourage anybody to do it if you like talking or you don't like camera, but you like audio and voice. Is not as complicated as editing and shooting videos. It's just the audio. And then if you're a producer, audio is easy because we kind of do that anyway. So you can start a podcast, which can be educational and give tips, or you can interview people who would help the artist that, you know, you're trying to pull in. But podcasts can be full of value, and it's a low cost way, you know, to get that content out there in a way that people can discover you you and continue to engage with you without you being on camera and doing all of these fancy videos and TikToks and reels and whatnot. So why do I love the pull marketing strategy and why is it so powerful? I'm gonna give you 3 reasons why. It allows you to offer more than just beats. Again, we're about giving value. I like to do 80% value, 20% selling. You know, if you go on my page, you don't see a bunch of beats on my page specifically because I like to post valuable content that's gonna help people first, and then I'll tell you about beats and stuff like that and everything else I got going on. So it gives you another way to give people value, and then over time, when you just keep giving and giving and giving, eventually people just naturally feel the obligation to give that value back to you in some type of way. The second reason is it allows you to build trust and credibility with your followers, right? So when you're posting content that's helping them, when you're posting tips and strategies on how to build their business as an artist, or tips and strategies on how to record better songs, you become an authority in your space, and now they'll begin to look to you for advice as they go throughout their journey and their career as an artist, and you become a resource in their corner that they can look up to and trust because you continue to give them value over and over and over again. And number 3, it allows you to always be top of mind when artists are looking for beats. For example, if I'm always posting content that's helping artists and they're always on my Instagram and always on my YouTube seeing that content, when it comes time for them to record that EP or record that album or that single, because they engage with that content so much, one of the first producers they're gonna think about is your boy Clint. Because I'm posting content on a consistent basis. I'm staying front of mind. I'm sending them emails. I'm giving them podcasts that's gonna help take their careers to the next level. That's what you wanna do. That's what you wanna create. And you wanna stay top of mind when it comes to, producers and the people that they wanna go to when it's time for them to ultimately purchase some music or get some mixing services or get some recording done. So that's the pull marketing strategy. That is how you can find people that want your beats and your music and your services. Hopefully this was helpful. If it was, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Also, make sure you join the Airbit community over on Discord. The link to that will be in the description below. That's all I have for you today. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.